Which expression is equivalent to 6 to the power of 4 times 6 to the power of negative 4? Step 1, let's rewrite the original problem. 6 to the power of 4 multiplied by 6 to the power of negative 4. We do have the same base, which means that when we multiply, the operation between the exponents is addition. So I'm going to put 6 to the power of 4 plus a negative 4. A positive 4 added to the negative 4 will result in 0. And anything that has an exponent of 0 will change to the number 1. So our answer for the first one is 1. So just to clarify, it doesn't matter if the base is 6, 5, or 85 million. If it has an exponent of 0, it's going to change to a 1. All right, continuing, start with the original problem. So 3 to the power of negative 3 multiplied by 3 to the power of negative 3. When we have the same base and we're multiplying, we will add these exponents together. So I'll start by writing 3 to the power of negative 3, add, and then I will add this negative 3 here. So a negative 3 added to negative 3 is negative 6, and we have 3 to the power of negative 6 is our answer right here. And let's move on. 6 to the power of negative 1 times 6 to the power of negative 1. We begin with the original problem. So I've got 6 to the power of negative 1 multiplied by 6 to the power of negative 1. We have the same base and we're multiplying, so we will add these two exponents together. So 6 to the negative 1, add a negative 1. A negative 1 added to a negative 1 is a negative 2, so I should have 6 to the power of negative 2. And now I'm going to introduce to you the idea when you're dealing with negative exponents, you can actually change that exponent from a negative to a positive by moving this 6 and this negative 2 from the top of a fraction, because that's where it's located, and moving it to the bottom or the denominator. So to clarify, because I have a negative 2 exponent, I will take this base 6 and the negative 2 exponent and I will move it from the numerator, which is the top of a fraction, to the bottom, which is the denominator. So here's our fraction bar. We still have base 6, but that negative 2 exponent will switch to a positive 2. And because it is a fraction, we're going to give it a 1 in the numerator. Now notice that 1 over 6 squared is not one of the answer choices, but we do have the equivalent answer. And what I mean by that is 1 over 6 squared is the same as 1 over 6 times 6. And what is 6 times 6? Well, 6 times 6 is 36. So although this could be our final answer, they simply evaluated that. They found out what does 6 squared, what's the value of it, and that's 6 times 6, which is 1 over 36. I do want to point out in delta math that when the exponent is usually like less than 3, they might have you do this step, but if it's over 3, they're typically going to leave it as 1 over 6 squared. So the correct answer for this is 1 over 36.